Angela here, Strike TV. I'm here in Livingston, Texas. Alma's Courthouse Whistle Stop Cafe. We got a little Strike TV concert series going on here tonight. And I'm sitting here with Miss Jessie. Jessie Ritter is in the house. How you doing, girl?
Good. I am so happy to be over here. This is my first time in Livingston, and I am super excited for the show tonight.
Well, first off, we have to congratulate you.
Thank you
You're
very
gonna
much.
have a baby in June.
Yep. Baby boy coming. I'm 30 weeks right now, still singing. I can still breathe. I don't know if I'll be able to breathe next week, but this week we're doing okay.
Oh, no, that's great. That's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
Well, you look good. You're glowing.
Thank you.
They always say the mamas glow.
I feel
So you're
like
glowing.
I've been so lucky. It's actually been really, really easy. I know it's not this easy for everyone, but I've been pretty thankful because I've still been playing and touring and writing songs like normal.
You're doing good. You got your new single, Home.
Yes.
We played the video. We were talking earlier about the video,
Yes.
how much it means to you, and you actually got to go home.
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Home is a really, really special song. I was on this road trip and I knew I was close to my childhood farm, and I hadn't been back there in 20 years, and I wanted to, pull a house that built me and go visit the old place. Mm-hmm. And one of the crazy things was the day we got there, I think people were in between moving out and a new family moving in, because when we got there, the house was completely empty. The kitchen was bare, nothing on the hardwood floors, and it looked exactly like the day I left when I was like 8 years old. It was just this eerie feeling, and so much was the same, aside from this mansion being built next door to the cabin I lived in. My tree house was still there. It still had my name was still on the wall. I'm pretty sure some of my toys were still in there. It was just eerily similar. And so this song, I mean, of course, a lot of emotion came along with going back to this place that isn't my house anymore, but it feels like it should be, and it holds some of the most formative moments of my childhood.
Right.
And so it was just a very emotional trip, and it was actually my honeymoon road trip. We were out.
Oh my goodness.
We took our camper van right after we got married and headed
sweet.
west. But I had a lot of emotion, and my new husband very wisely said, "Jessie, I think you should write a song about it." So I wrote Home like right after we left the house that day. And then fast forward a few months, I got permission to go back and be there. We weren't trespassing this time, and I brought...
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
At all.
No, we were trespassing the first time, for sure. But we brought... my brother-in-law was the cameraman, and so it was kind of a very family-oriented project to make this. And like I was telling you, I wanted to make this video just to kind of solidify my memories of my home and kind of contain what was so important to me. And now to see it on TV and other people finding their own stories in there is really, really cool. I mean, most people's parents probably do not live in the same house from the time they're born till they're 50. I think a lot of people have this place that holds their childhood memories that they don't really have access to anymore, and that's weird. It's weird to have someone else living in a place that feels like it should be yours, and I think you have to have a healthy sense of detachment, but also a healthy sense of nostalgia, because I mean, it is your memories.
Now, in that house, I'm sure your musical influences, maybe where you learned how to play guitar, where you in the song.
Yeah. So we left when I was like 8 years old, so I was not a guitar player by any means when we were there, but I do remember sitting out on the playground in the treehouse and like having a little toy guitar and having no idea what to do with my left hand, but just strumming and making noise with my right hand and making up songs about everything. I remember I had some 20-minute ballad about my grandma, and it was heart-wrenching, I can tell you. So yeah, I mean, that was where I kind of started making up songs for the first time. I remember walking through the cow field next door and being convinced that I had come up with Boot Scootin' Boogie. And then I heard it on the radio, and I thought, plagiarism, this was my idea. And it was not my idea, but hey, you got to start somewhere.
Right. Well, okay, tell us a little bit about, I know that you went to Nashville to study music. And a little bit after that, you started doing the cruise line
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. So my
What's
musical
that?
journey has kind of taken me all over the world. I
Yeah.
left Missouri and I went to Belmont in Nashville for college, which was an awesome experience. I really liked having the college experience and going to music school. You don't necessarily need to do that to be a musician, but it was
Right.
perfect for me. And then, kind of on a whim, I went to this audition on campus for Carnival Cruise Line. Honestly, I just went because I thought, I haven't been to an audition in a while. It makes me nervous. I should go practice. Never thinking I would be offered a job. But it was perfect. They called me about 6 weeks after graduation and said, do you want to come live on a ship in the Bahamas, sing 6 nights a week, and get a paycheck every 2 weeks?
A dream job, right?
It's like, yes, I do. Because I had just graduated with a music degree. What the heck are you supposed to do with that? It was just perfect, and it gave me time to figure out what it meant to be a musician in the real world, like outside of the structure of school, and kind of figuring out how to make a living and a life out of playing your own music.
Right.
And Carnival really supported me on that journey. I mean,
That's
it was a
pretty
great
neat.
transition piece.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then now we have you here tonight
Yes.
in Livingston, Texas.
On the other side of it all.
Over here at Alma's. We're looking forward to that.
Thank you.
And then we have to brag about Scott.
Oh,
Scott
he's
Mecco.
Amazing. Yes.
Great guy. We've
Yeah.
known him for a while.
Yeah. So Scott
Yeah.
and I met at one of my favorite venues up in Nashville. We were at 3rd and Lindsley. And I was opening for Runaway June, and he was playing with another one of the opening artists, and we just hit it off backstage, and he's kind of taken on this part-time management role for me and
He's a
become
good guy.
a great friend and
Yeah.
really opened some doors. And I mean, it's just so nice to have someone who's enthusiastic and motivated on your team.
Yeah.
After being totally independent, and I think a lot of artists feel like they have to do everything themselves, and to have someone is on your side is so important.
And it's teamwork.
Yeah.
He-
And it
he's
takes a
good
team.
with that.
You can't do
Scott's
everything
good.
yourself. I mean, that was one
No.
thing I learned from being with a label for even a short period of time. Like, oh my gosh, you can get so much more done with 30 people than with one person. And just resources are so important, and you
Yeah.
cannot expect yourself to accomplish what a huge team can do. So having Scott as like my right-hand person right next to me is
Right.
so nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Scott. She's great. We love her. We love her music. And congrats again on the
Thank
baby
you.
that's going to be doing
Thank you.
June.
Yes.
Yes.
Little boy this summer. We're so excited. And so I'm going to be sticking close to home to play shows, but we're going to try to get out on the road again this
Oh,
fall.
yeah, you have to
so
do that.
hopefully we'll see you again before too long.
Sounds good. Well, Jesse Ritter, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Angela here, Strike TV. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
So this song